Okay, welcome back. So this is soaked for about 10 minutes. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to spice it up. So I'll just put a bit of this down there. Take it out. Just let it drip off as much as possible. Put this on. Just rub it in. Try to get as much coverage as you can. Just depends on your spice mix. There is actually pretty thick pieces in here, but you'll notice the more you put on, the more messy it gets when you actually come to cut it. So what I'm doing now is these are the hooks. So what I've actually got is I've got standard metal butcher's hooks, and then I've printed some 3D printed reusable hooks. Only because when I extended my biltong box I made too much, and the biltong box wasn't big, so I had to extend it there and then. So I just cut a hole in the top and put another rectangular box on top, and that extended the size. So then I was short of these, so I printed up some hooks on the 3D printer, and it's all food grade. It goes in the dishwasher, and they've lasted quite some time. If I want some more, I'll just print some more. So what I'll do is I will then take it generally from the thinner side, and I'll pop it in. And when it hangs in my box, I don't want it hanging like that. I want it hanging like that, so I can get strips next to each other when that hangs in the box. So I'll just do all these large pieces. You know what? There are some pieces that I'll put without, some a little bit more, some a little bit less. There are some that I will then, just depends how you feel, I will then take a bit more chili flake, actually sprinkle it straight onto it. This one's quite a thick piece here, so it'll be staying in a little bit longer than the rest. Now, it's not too hot in Sydney at the moment, so if the weather carries on like it is, I would think that this would be ready. It's Sunday today. I would think that this would probably be ready maybe Wednesday. Well, the thinner ones will definitely be ready on Wednesday. I'm actually starting to get worried about the length of these ones. They're a bit longer. I might have to cut them off. Let me just go check in the biltong to see if this works. Should be fine. If not, just a knife. We'll get it sorted out. So, with all the shortage of food, yeast, flour, all of that in the shops, there shouldn't be an issue with any of these being short. I've seen meat all the time. I've seen coriander, spices, rock salt, all of the stuff I haven't seen out on the shelves at all. So I'm just going to get rid of the liquid. Oh, here's a quick tip. If you cut yourself in the process of cutting the meat up, or you have a small nick, or you have a slight little open wound at this stage, you're going to feel it, because this mix will really eat into it, and it'll really feel it. It gives you a good sting, makes you work a bit work a bit quicker. So when I'm going to post this onto my YouTube channel, and if anyone's got any suggestions or theories as to why something else would work better, just go ahead and post away. I can still feel it quite oily. My original ones I used to make them exactly like they had in South Africa, with that thick bit of fat down the side here, and you know what, it all looked fantastic. But once you vacuum sealed it, it kind of worked in the opposite direction, because it squeezed the fat all through the biltong, and it didn't come out that nicely. If you find that you've pulled your biltong out too early, you can always leave it in the fridge, and it will carry on curing in the fridge. So leave it open. Once your biltong comes out of the fridge, do not keep it in plastic, because it'll sweat and it will then start growing. And I've had a couple of pieces go off. Nothing major. You can just respray a bit of vinegar, mix onto it. That'll sort it out again. I did have a substantial batch that actually happened to, and I have a friend who I offered it to, because I wasn't going to take the chance, and I did have another batch coming up that was a backup, and he's got a stomach that can handle anything, and he doesn't have any complaints. So the other thing you can do is you can actually freeze it, and that'll kill any of the germs or the bad stuff that's on there. It's just having the mold on the biltong just doesn't give a good, pleasant, it's just visual. I don't think it'll kill you, but if I have the opportunity of making some more myself, I will. And if I have mates with strong stomachs, they can eat that. So I'm just going to take this through to the biltong box. I'll grab the computer now. Through. So we'll just go through to the garage. Box. So it was originally the one at the bottom. There the lights on. You can hear the fan going. So it comes out there, draws up here and out there. So that was the original one, and then I had to build this piece onto the top. So the idea is to pop it in. Now, you don't want the meat touching each other. You can spread it out. You'll get a feeling of what cures quicker in the biltong box. Yeah, you don't want the meat touching each other. I haven't tested that theory, but apparently it makes the meat go rancid. But as I said, I haven't tested that theory. Here's a really long piece. I'm going to have to cut that down anyway because my vacuum sealer is not big enough for these. That is an enormous piece, that. So these will, I've done a few tests on how much weight they lose, or how much, weight they lose, and they kind of lose about 40 to 42% of their weight, depending on obviously how wet you like it. There are some really big pieces going into this. Probably the biggest or the longest I've put into this box. And one more piece. Now at the bottom of the box, I've just got a plexi shield, which is a bit of plastic with holes in it. It's just to stop it all dripping, all the liquids. There will be excess liquids that will drip down just to stop it going onto the globes. And that is it, just making sure there's no pieces touching. Get out a bit. That's it, good to go. So we will check back. I'll check back on Wednesday. We should be good to go on that. And, I'll show you the rest from there. Thanks for watching. Any comments, feel free. Be safe, wash your hands, and stay home. Thanks.